So in this lesson, this is what we'll be building. This is the crane arm rig from the Body Mechanics animation course, and we're going to totally rig it from scratch. So the main construction here is going to be setting up an IK constraint on this one here. We're not going to use a pole vector or anything like that. We are going to do some smart parenting to control the elbow here, or make it so that the animator doesn't need to control the elbow. We're adding a prop bone. I'll do that in one of the later videos. And I'll also be teaching you how to use the action constraint to actually do some animation on this and automate the opening and the closing. Now, in the recording of this, I do make a few errors as I go along, but I do fix them in the later parts of the video. And I do change my mind on the design as well. So I've left those mistakes in there so you can try and see how I fix them, because I'm not perfect. When I do this stuff, I make mistakes all the time, and then you have to figure out how to solve them. But thankfully, they're only small, minor problems and really easy to fix. But I think it's worth showing you how I fix those. And also, as a final bonus video, I'm including this UI script up here, and I'll just show you how to connect it to your rig so that these layers match up with yours. Now, there's only two things that you need to make sure of for this to work, and that is you have all the control bones on the same layers as me, and that you have the custom property called rig ID, and this is the exact value in there. And then when you run the script, it will work. But as I said, that is just a bonus for you. Okay, let's try and draw this for you. All right, so I'm going to attempt to draw the schematic of this crane arm, although it's getting a little bit more difficult because there's more bones. There's only 12 bones, but it's getting slightly more complicated. But let's see what I can do. So here is our root bone. That's going to be the master of everything. And then above that, we've got 3 bones in the chain. This is going to be the base of our crane arm. It's going to be oriented that way. Say this is from the side view. Then we've got the first bone there, which is the arm 1 and arm 2. And over here is going to be the IK target. So let's just name these bones. This is the base spin. Base spin. This is going to be directly parented to this guy here. So that's just going to be parented there. And the base spin is going to be parented to that guy. This is the arm 01. This is arm 02. And this is the target, which I'll just call control. So the way that this is going to move is we're going to stick an IK on this bone. It's going to be targeted towards our control target here. This one cannot be parented to this chain here. That's why I've drawn it separately. It has to be disconnected. And this is only going to be a chain length of 2. So it's only going to go down to here. And this IK constraint is going to take care of all our movement. Are we going to use a pole vector or anything like that? No, we don't need to for something as simple as this. We're just going to get the control to take care of all of that. I don't think we need to worry about our elbow. Now, this control, we're going to do our override transforms again. So this is just going to be a bone that's going to live on top of this guy, and he's going to override the transform. So it's just a visual trick. Hopefully that makes sense. That's the visual override. He's just going to track towards that arm, and that way when we override the transforms, it's always going to appear like it's going to track this arm here, even though it's just a visual trick. Now this control is also going to be parented to the root. So I'm actually going to put a bone above here, which is going to be parented to our control, and this is going to be the control that operates the open and closed. So that's where it's going to be. And now I just might draw from the front view, just this front section. So imagine this is the front view. Let's try and draw a bone like this. Good perspective, Wayne. So this is our control bone. I won't draw it again. So we've got another bone sitting up here, which is our close. Just do that. It's going to be quicker. And the crane handles, or the clamps, it's just going to be an FK chain on either side. When we create this, we're only going to do one side and have it do the other for us. But the magic that's going to get these to open and close rather than having to manually open and close these is we're going to stick the action constraint on each one of the bones that is controlled in our action, and that is going to be driven by the movement of this guy up here, which is our close. I just fast forward a little bit and added labels to everything, so you can see these are the names of the bone: clamp 01, clamp 02.L, and these are the .R sides. And just in case you're confused, hopefully this will make sense that this part is actually just going to be like that side. So they're the same. Hopefully that didn't confuse you. Let's get into Blender and build it.